Hendricks and Marcia Coffee. Weekdays on Newsroom 6 at noon.
That giant sucking sound you hear? That's NASA jobs going down to Mexico, see? Now, come on. Let's get this plane on up to Canada for an overhaul.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rush Limbaugh.
Come on. We've just concluded the audience briefing. I forgot to introduce... No, I don't need makeup yet. No. Just want to introduce Deborah Phillips, our Commie Babe makeup artist, everybody. Forgot to do it. Thank you, Deborah. I happen to know that that's the only reason some of the men in our audience show up here is an opportunity to see Deborah in person. Hey, folks, especially you Democrats, I want to warn you about something. Tonight, as you know, every day, night, depending on whenever you see this show, what do we do on this show? We do on this show something incredible, especially in media today. I relentlessly pursue the truth. And that's going to make some of you who are going to be victimized by the truth having been told about you uncomfortable tonight. If you're Democrats, this is going to be a very embarrassing show. In fact, you may not want to watch tonight's show. You Democrats might want to switch channels, go channel surfing, or turn off the program tonight, because it's going to be tough to stay a Democrat after tonight's show, or at least tough to admit that you're a Democrat after tonight's show. And this is warning. I'm not trying to shock you. I'm not trying to spring something on you. I'm not trying to catch you off guard so that you freak out when you see what we're going to do tonight. You've been warned. And if you don't like what you see tonight, whenever you call somebody complain, they'll hang up on you. They won't listen to you because you have been warned. A couple things before we can talk primarily about NAFTA tonight, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. But just a couple of things before we get to that. First off, I don't know if you saw this in the news today. Are you aware of the airline that a guy, what was this guy's name? Ted Hall began an airline called Freedom Air. It's an all-smoking airline. You like that? Well, why are you booing? Come on, they haven't banned the substance. The only way he could get around it was that every flight was in essence a charter as opposed to a commercial flight, and that's how you could get around the public anti-smoking regulations. Well, lack of interest has grounded his airline. It started up this fall, and he's not going to resume his flight schedule until next spring. And I think this is absolutely tragic. Because after all, before, tell you why. Who is it that's going to pay for the new health care plan? Smokers, right. Smokers are facing exorbitant new tax increases. We need to be, as we've often talked about here, encouraging smokers. We need to pat them on the back. We need to hug smokers. We need to thank them. We need to do everything. We need them to smoke more. We need them to go out and buy. And I think, in the spirit of NAFTA protectionism, we need to subsidize this airline. We need to get government money, make sure this airline can stay afloat, because smokers are too crucial. It's just unfortunate that this guy can't make it in the free market. He needs protection. And I hope all of you anti-NAFTA people are willing to support this man in his venture, even though the market doesn't seem to want it. Number two, I just got this story right here before I came out to do the program tonight. Oh, you like that? Good. Okay. No, don't applaud that. It really doesn't take much talent to do this. Santa Cruz, California has a mayor. His name is Neil Coonerty. And the mayor of Santa Cruz also owns a bookstore. Santa Cruz, California is perhaps one of the most liberal leftist regions of this nation. And I have so discussed and so talked about it in my books and on my radio program. Well, my new book is out, See, I Told You So. The mayor is very upset at the things I say about Santa Cruz, California. So he's decided that he's going to donate proceeds of the sale of my book to liberal causes that he doesn't think that I would support. He's going to give money to the feminist group, well, the Now Gang, and the Santa Cruz AIDS Project. But here's how he's going to do it. He thinks my book is baloney. So he's going to donate an amount of money per book sale equal to the price of baloney. So as it's currently calculated, when you go into the grocery store in Santa Cruz and buy some bologna, it is, I think, I don't know what it is per pound, but my book weighs 1.4 pounds. And so each book he sells, he's got to donate $8.40 to these two liberal causes. This means that Mr. Coonerty, owner of a bookshop, is going to be losing $5.60 per book just to make his point. This is so... Only liberals would be stupid enough to start their own business and lose money. These are the kind of people who go into government, folks. These are the exact kind of people. That's why so many liberals are in government. And he thinks he's making a great statement. So all of you in the Santa Cruz region, the name of this guy is, not at the expense of other bookstores, but here's this man's, he's really governed by his compassion, motivated by his devotion to causes. And the name of his bookstore is Bookshop. Bookshop Santa Cruz. Well, I guess all of you out there know now where to go buy your book. I'll bet you that when he sells out of his original stock, he doesn't reorder. Just got this in, too. This is interesting. Mexico City is the dateline on this story. Do you know that QVC, the home shopping channel here in America, Barry Diller, in fact, owns this one. They're the ones that are trying to take over Paramount, in fact. This is where you sit at home and you buy whatever it is they're trying to sell. You buy it with a credit card and call a phone number after you watch the merchandise being displayed. Guess where they're expanding? Guess where they're branching out? Mexico. How can this be? I thought Mr. Perot said they don't have any money down there. They're all going to the bathroom in holes in the dirt. They don't have even an outhouse. They don't have running water. You know, you remember Perot said, now here's a man down there, they're making television sets, a Zenith factory down in Mexico City. But if he can't even buy a TV set, and even if he couldn't plug it in because he doesn't have any electricity. Well, would somebody explain to Barry Diller, hey, Barry, they can't buy anything because they don't have electricity and TV. Obviously, my friends, Mexico is a much different market that is being portrayed by the anti-NAFTA forces. Speaking of which, can we show a little videotape here of the winner of the New York City Marathon on Sunday? There he is, finishing number one. His name is Espinosa. And guess where Mr. Espinosa is from? Mexico. He's from Mexico. These people are already kicking our butts, my friends, in our own marathon. We finished, one of our people finished second. Now, if they don't have running water, if they look for, if their lifelong dream is an outhouse, if they can't, well, that's what Perot said, if they can't plug in electric appliances, if they're making only slave wages, where does this guy get the money to buy food to have the energy to run a marathon? Much less win the thing. So there's a lot of misinformation going around about NAFTA, and I just will point these funny things out. We come back. Let me set this up very quickly. They're saying, the anti-NAFTA people, that the White House buying votes, going out there and twisting arms, engaging in pork barrel projects and promises, and this is just not right. This is not America. Go out and buy those votes. Why? Who ever heard of this? Unfair. Well, we'll show you when we come back. This is a two-way street, and this is where you Democrats are going to turn off your TV sets. We'll be back right after this.
Now you can receive this up close.